All right, well, good morning, everyone. Today we are going to be talking about social media resource, which is on the BHHS Resource Center. Social media resource is different than the paradigm system we have. It works very similar to it, but it's a slightly different version of posting. The content is a little bit different, and it comes from a different source. It is not an either or situation between paradigm and social media resource. You can use them in conjunction with each other. There's absolutely no problem having both of these running in the background for you. In fact, I have a number of agents who do. I also want to let you know that today we're going to be talking about the free version of social media resource that's provided by Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. There is an upgrade and paid version, which I'll just kind of touch on at the end so you can see what's included in that. But the free version that we get from BHHS is certainly very robust. So let's go ahead and deep dive into this. We're going to go ahead and go through some of this information, and then we're going to go ahead and take a live look at the social media resource today. All right. Maybe. All right, so social media resource is built on the RIS or RIS Media platform. For those of you who are familiar with the RIS Media platform, they are the ones who put out the real estate magazine that so many of you guys get in your offices. They are also the company that puts out a lot of the news information and industry information, a lot of insider information about real estate. They're very similar in some respects to Inman News, for those of you who are familiar with that news source as well. The content is really high end, and it's really industry leading news. So the social media snapshot. So here's what you get in the free version of social media resource. They allow you to automatically post a real estate or lifestyle content to your social media sites once per week. So that's a little bit of a difference with that in the Paradigm system, is that Paradigm really does a 7-day a week, up to 7 days a week, and the RIS Media does an automatic post only once a week. However, you can go in and you can manually schedule more articles than that if you would like. So they do have an option to go in and schedule different posts. You can also manually push them anytime you'd like. The system does include a daily email that will have suggested posts in it, because everybody likes to post a little bit of something different. Some people like to post more industry news. Some people like to post more lifestyle. And they give you a full list of suggested posts that you're able to post in your manual posts. They do also integrate with the MLS data feed so that you can actually insert your listings into your posts. You can also insert your listings into the landing pages, and you are able to create custom content on your own. So here is what a custom page looks like from the social media resource when it posts. When they post an article, it is going to push off to the RIS Media platform, but notice that it's completely branded. So this is going to have your face, your name. It's going to have your office and mobile address, email address on it. It's going to have your website. It's going to have a link to your listings, and you're able to customize all of this. And I'll show you what that looks like when we go through. So this is what it looks like when it posts on Facebook. So it's going to have that great high-end image. You're going to be able to adjust the text if you would like. So in this case, it's 5 stunning features that attract luxury home buyers. And then, of course, they've just asked a quick question. What are your home buyers expecting to see? You're welcome to go ahead and change whatever that phrase is. They're going to go ahead and insert something in there. But if you want to talk about, some of the top luxury things that are in our particular area, or something cool you've really seen in one of our local listings, you are welcome to go ahead and just kind of put your own personality spin on it. When somebody goes ahead and clicks on that post, they're going to go to that landing page, which of course is hosted by RIS Media. And again, there's that article, there's that great photography that goes with it. They have the ability to share off of there, but notice that everything is branded. The top is branded to you. It's branded to Berkshire Hathaway. There's your photo. There's your information. There are all your links off to the right-hand side. So it's completely branded to you. Here's a couple of examples of some different kinds of posts that are available. Notice that you have on the very left-hand side here, sellers, what every buyer wants to know about your home. They also do things like infographics, which are super popular right now. And of course, they also do videos. So here's one about hot home decor trends. So you're not going to have just articles that are going to get posted. You also have the ability to do those really bright, vibrant infographics, and then certainly something like a video. So the nice thing about this content, and we've talked about this before in some of our other topics that are coming from BHHS, like our newsletters and things like that, is that you are able to recycle this content if you would like. If you would like to put a lot of this content, even some of these images and things like that on your website, because they are coming from the relationship with BHHS and RIS Media, you are welcome to use some of this content in different ways as well. So right now we've kind of just focused on connecting to Facebook and things like that, but you can also use this on other platforms as well. I do want to let you know that the entire thing is also mobile ready. So we've seen the desktop version of all of this, but if you look right in the middle there, you'll see the mobile version of it. And again, completely branded up at the top with your name and your association with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. And then there's the article, some great photos, and then all the way down there at the bottom is the mobile view that includes your name, phone number, and all the ways to contact you and get information. So easy way to go ahead and access this and get it started. We're going to start with the BHHS Resource Center. You can go ahead and get through there with Town Central. It is an SSO. There's no username or password required. We're going to go ahead and click on that social media resource button over there on the left-hand side of the Resource Center. And the reason I go through it this way on the PowerPoint first is because a lot of our connections are already made with all of our agent accounts, but I wanted you to see what it looks like when there isn't a connection. So if this is the first time you're ever using social media resource, this is the wall you get to. And it's just going to ask you to go ahead and continue with Facebook. What it's going to do is it's going to go ahead and connect your Facebook account to RIS Media automatically. So once you hit that continue with Facebook, you're going to have to log into Facebook. Most of you are probably going to be already logged on if it's something you use all the time. And then it's going to ask you if you want to make that connection. So are you going to allow them to see your page post? Are you going to allow them to have the email address? Are they going to allow you to post? Just put yes, yes, yes. This is pretty standard for allowing everything to post and allowing the whole system to work right. You might ask, why do they need some of this information? They need it in order to be able to do some of your analytics and tracking that are going to come back. So if somebody were to comment on that article, or if somebody were to share it or things like that, the system is going to be able to monitor that and be able to let you know that somebody has done that even outside of the Facebook system. So once that's done, it's going to tell you that you're going to be welcome to social media resource, and then you'll have access to this dashboard. Now, if you have already gone through this step, at some point in time, you will land on this dashboard first. So even if you're not using it and your Facebook account may have become disconnected, you will land on this dashboard. It's just going to show you that your account needs to be reactivated. So it just depends on where you are in the system. If you've never clicked on it, you'll get the connection post first. And if you have clicked on it before and at least tried a connection, you'll get on this dashboard. Okay. And then it's going to give you a welcome message to know that you've successfully connected. And then it's going to ask you to go through some steps. Okay, so this is going to go through the whole profile setup. Now, I want you to know, see how you have some of these things that have locked areas on that right-hand side there? That means that some of the information is locked from you to be able to change, and there's a reason for this. All of the information that is coming into this profile is coming from what we call the roster manager in BHHS resource. The roster manager is what we use on the admin side to make sure that all of your information is correct across every single platform we connect you to. It's to make sure your email is the same, your photo is the same, all of your stuff for your awards and reporting is the same, and things like that. So if you were to change something on some of these profiles, it might screw up something else somewhere down the line. So if you do see something that's locked and it's not correct, or if you'd like to add something to it, just drop a note over to web support and we're happy to go ahead and update that on the main profile, and then it'll automatically push down into RIS Media for you. So some of these other things might be locked, like your phone numbers, which we already have entered into the system. And again, if you want to go ahead and change whatever direct phone number you have for yourself, just let us know. We can go ahead and make that change on our end, which will filter right down into here for you. One of the things I do want you to notice, though, is that in your profile setup, you do have the ability to put the link to your direct listing page. I want you to go through and I want you to change this from the default, which is the BHHS.com, which is the national global site. I want you to change this to your own. I see Lewis is in my class today. So Lewis, I want you to change this to lewiseisenberg.com/featured properties. And make sure that it goes down to just your listings, or even do lewiseisenberg.com/homes for sale, which is your home search on your website. So wherever you'd like to direct people, go ahead and push it down to your domain that you have down with us, and make sure that you're either connecting it to like search all homes for sale or see all of my properties. It just depends on whether you're a buyer agent or seller's agent. In this market, homes for sale might work better for everybody, because even if you have listings, they're selling so fast, there's not a whole lot of featured properties available. You can change that display name. So if you don't want to say my listings or featured listings, you can say search all listings, whatever you want it to say. You can also change this at any time. So for right now, if you want to send it down to homes for sale, just because of the nature of the market, you can do that. And then you can always go back and put it back to your featured listings if once the market settles down a little bit. The other thing it's going to ask you to do is put in your profile setup is your license number, miscellaneous information. For you guys, this is going to be licensed in the state of Virginia, especially if you're licensed in Virginia, North Carolina, or any other state that we might have. Be sure that you go ahead and put that in there. You do not have to put your license number in. That is required for all of the agents who are in California, which is why we have it, but it is also good to just disclose that you're a licensed realtor in Virginia, North Carolina, Maryland, wherever you happen to be licensed in that spot. Okay. It's going to make you verify which photo you'd like to use. You are able to change this, even though it draws down from our main roster manager. And then it's going to ask you which day do you want set up. This is kind of important because for those of you who are already using the Paradigm system, maybe you have the Paradigm system set up on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This might be a good opportunity for you to backfill some of that with a slightly different content. So maybe you want to do Paradigm on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then maybe do the Riz Media post on Sunday or maybe Thursday, whatever it happens to be. And that way you don't get a double post on a particular day. If you have your Paradigm set up for all 7 days, that's totally fine. You can go ahead and post on top of it for another day. I just like to backfill and use them both in kind of conjunction. Okay. Once you go ahead and do your Facebook connection, you will have the opportunity to associate other business pages with it. So I know some of our agents here have their business page, but they also might be managing a real estate group, or they might have a separate page that's branded for a specific area. So some of our agents have things like Jane Agent Realtor, but then they also have things like Norfolk, Virginia Real Estate and Homes. So they have 2 different pages. So you will be able to choose which page or both you'd like to post to. Once you do that, it's going to ask you if you want to go ahead and connect to Twitter and LinkedIn. This pushes to Twitter and LinkedIn along with Facebook. This is part of that 1 time a week post. It's not in addition to. The one thing that it doesn't push to is Instagram, and that's because Instagram does not allow any third party to push to Instagram at all. It's not missing from here. It's just something that can't be done. However, remember I said that you could go ahead and manually push some of this stuff. When you manually push it, you're also given a link. So for those of you who like to use Instagram, just throw that photo up there, put a link sticker on, put that link into the article for somebody to read, and they'll be able to read those Riz Media articles for you, just like we're doing for everything else right now. Okay. These are all the profile settings that can be changed in your profile for Riz Media. And for social media resource, we've already gone through most of the steps right here, and a lot of this is already going to be filled in, but you can at least see everything here. But one thing I want you to notice is on that far right side, we have that preview landing page. Once you've gone through all these steps and you've seen everything, go ahead and click preview landing page, and it's going to kind of give you a sneak peek of what all that branding around all those articles is going to look like. So you'll be able to go ahead and see all of this as soon as you're done. Double check your links, make sure they're working correctly, make sure this is exactly how you'd like it set up. And again, if anything is locked or grayed out and you're not able to change it, you'd like to update it, just go ahead and drop us a note in web support, and we'll go ahead and take care of that for you in Roster Manager. Once you go ahead and get your social media connections up and running, you're going to be able to see which ones are active and which ones are inactive. And then you'll also have another category here, which is called broken. That means it used to be active, but for whatever reason, it needs to be reconnected. Now, it doesn't mean that the system isn't working or anything else. If you change your password in any of your social media, it will break your connections. Some of the social medias like Facebook have a token expiration date on them. So it'll break, but it's only because they want to verify that you still definitely want to use this auto posting source and that you're also still the person behind that page. The system will notify you when something becomes inactive or when something breaks. Just go ahead and log back on and just double check your connection just to get it up and running again. I believe the Facebook tokens right now are running about every 90 days when they expire. And usually when you log on to Facebook, you'll also get a notification that something has expired as well. So just keep an eye out for that. And then again, you'll be able to go ahead and post your different frequencies. So if you would like maybe your Facebook to post on Tuesday, but you want your Twitter to post on a different day, that does allow that as well. And again, here's that process to go through with Twitter. You're just going to say yes, you're going to authorize that app. And then here is the email that you're going to get from Risk Media that's going to say that you have some additional posts that can go out. So if you have your Riz Media post scheduled for Wednesday, today's Thursday, Friday. What's today? Friday. You've gotten this email in the morning because you don't have anything auto scheduled right now. It's sending you this email every day to say, here's some more articles that we think you might be interested in. Do you want to go ahead and post these? So what's going to happen is once you click on that, you'll be able to share it manually and be able to type your own information. So it's not going to auto do it for you, but you are able to get some post suggestions in here and be able to share them really easily. So you'll be able to go ahead and click that. You'll notice this has that icon up here at the top. It says post this article to my branded page. Now, if you have Twitter and LinkedIn connected, you'll also see those up there as well. And then you can go ahead and push that off. And it will work like any other share from any other website, from anything else. It's going to kind of bring it up for you. You're going to be able to type your introduction to that post content. So this is pros and cons of wedding insurance. Probably, not necessarily something we post all the time, but you can certainly make your comment on whatever that topic is, interject your own personality and voice to it, and then go ahead and click share on Facebook, and that'll push it out manually for you. Okay. You are going to get a full dashboard that has analytics on it. It's going to show you all your impressions, your reach, your engagement, and then also anything that's going on with your listings and leads. So if you were able to get people to sign in through any of the contact forms that are available, if they've clicked through to any of the listings and they filled out information, all of those analytics are going to come in there as well. In order to connect your listings to this, you do need to connect through homes.com. It's a fairly easy process to go through. You're just going to go ahead and put in your MLS number and zip code to one of your listings, and then go ahead and put in some of your information. Click the Connect Listings button. If you do not have a homes.com account for whatever reason, it will make you sign up for one. If you do have one, just go ahead and sign in. And then it's basically going to ask you the same thing. Do you want to authorize homes.com to go ahead and post on your behalf? And then here's the nice thing that's going to happen. It is going to post your listings to your Facebook page and to your other social media, but I love this part. It's actually going to go ahead and insert those listings into the middle of an article as if you were advertising your listings in an article like it was an ad. I love this thing. It's one of our only pieces that does this. So I do recommend, especially if you're carrying listings right now, to go ahead and do this so that your property content is located inside those articles as people click on them. You can also tell them which listings you want to use. So if you're carrying a number of listings, maybe you're carrying, 6 lot listings, but you're carrying a really beautiful house. You don't want the lot listings to be the ones in your article. You can actually let them know, please only do the house listing for me. And then it's going to go ahead and let you make some of those changes. And this is what it looks like. So it's going to go ahead and post that on your social media. And then when they click through, it'll have that information from the MLS. And of course, there is the contact form, and all of this will go, again, directly to you. We're going to go ahead and be able to insert it into an article. So when anybody clicks on this, so 5 ways to boost your credit score, here's that article, here's all your branding, and then there's your listing right in the middle of the article. And if somebody clicks learn more, it'll go to that listing landing page with all of those calls to action on it. So just an added benefit there to be able to push your listings to your social media, but also to be able to insert them into articles. I really, really love the insert into articles feature. It does come with a complete help desk. The help button is over here on the left-hand side when you're on your dashboard. It is going to have everything we've covered today and more. And it is a searchable feature as well. So the Get Started is the place I would start for you, but you can also, if you just need a little bit of help on something like I forgot how she said to connect my listings, you can just go over to this listing section. It'll say how to connect your listing feed and how to post things to your account. So the help section is very robust and it's broken down into very individual articles. You can also submit a help request form. On here, they are super responsive to this. The one thing they don't have right now is they do not have live chat enabled, but they are responsive on their forms. And of course, their help desk is very robust. So I did say I would let you know what the difference is between the Lite, which is the free version you get from BHHS, and the full version, which is a paid version. I'm going to let you guys go ahead and look at the different paid options if this is something you'd like to explore, because the pricing is in there and it's based on the agent and activity and what you're connecting and everything else. But in that Lite version, let's just recap here. You're going to get that automatic post for real estate and lifestyle content once a week. If you were on the full version, which is the paid version, you'd get that daily. You are going to get a daily email with suggestions to manually post on the Lite version. You don't need it on the full version because it's a full schedule. You do have the ability to post manually at any time with both versions. You do have a branding landed page with both versions. The full version does come with a content calendar that you can set and forget 2 weeks in advance, where the Lite version does not. And then again, you have the option to post those listings on social media once a week in the Lite version or the daily add-on for the full version. And then of course, they both have the option to post listings on a landing page. I will tell you, I don't have a lot of agents up on the full version just because we also have Paradigm in conjunction with this. However, the Lite version is very robust. And again, it can work in conjunction with what we already have fairly seamlessly. And it's actually a really, really, really great program to have for free. Risk Media is extraordinarily expensive on its own if you were to buy it individually. Outside of this whole social media package, whether it's Lite or full, Risk Media is a really, really great company, and the content is really wonderful. So the fact that we get as much as we do on the Lite version, which is free for you because of your association with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, is fantastic. All right, let's take a quick live look here. Let me get out of here. And I want to just take you through this real quick. Don't forget, you can log into BHHS resource from Town Central right here, right here. Okay, this is an SSO, single sign-on, which means you don't need a username or password. And then again, here is the social media resource button on that far left-hand side. And then this is what the dashboard looks like. I'm going to borrow Gail Upchurch for the day because she actually has her accounts logged in, but I also went ahead and made one little quick change to her account so that you can see what's going on here. But you can see she's on the Lite version. She has a great number of impressions. She's had great reach and also great engagements. But this is what I wanted you to see here. So when you go through in your social media connections, her Facebook is active. She doesn't use Twitter, so it's inactive right now. And that LinkedIn says it's broken. It just means that that token needs to be re-upped on LinkedIn so that we can go ahead and continue to post on LinkedIn here. So you'll notice on that left-hand side, here she has her dashboard. Here's all the analytics. She has her listing manager. Her listings are connected with homes.com. She has her scheduled content. Her profile, any settings we need to make. And then here's that upgrade button for those of you who might be interested in the full version. If you want to go ahead and check out that pricing, there's lots of different pricing tiers for the full version based on how long you pay, how long you want to commit. So I'll let you guys go ahead and do that today. We're not going to go ahead and cover that. And then of course you can go ahead and log out. Just wanted to give you a little sneak preview, just live, the different types of content that are available today if we wanted to post. So in her case, we have no scheduled post today, but here's where it's telling us that we can manually do this. So there is a post that has already gone out this week. I think she has hers scheduled for earlier in the week, so it's already been posted once a week. But this is where I said we could go ahead and manually choose a post. So we would have to log on and choose that content that we'd want to do. So if we wanted to post something tomorrow, I could hit that choose a post. And then it's going to go ahead and bring in what we're doing. So here's our scheduled content for next week. So 4 ways to a higher credit score. And then the week after that is going to be some debt stuff, some interesting information here. But we can go ahead and manually post any of the articles that are available. So we have, let's see, kitchen trends that are going out of fashion. So here we are. Information is brought to you by Gail Upchurch, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Town Realty. There's our giant logo. There is Gail. All of her information, our office phone, her mobile phone, the ability to email her, the ability to get to her website, and also our BHHS website. And then some great information here. That listing will come in. It won't show up on the preview here. It will be inserted when somebody goes ahead and clicks it once it's shared. But here's all that information, and it's really just as easy as hitting that please post this content at the following social media networks. Right now she only has Facebook connected, so the only thing that's up here is that Facebook icon. And if we go ahead and click that, there we go, nice and easy. How out of date is your kitchen? These 7 trends are yesterday's news. You can also insert whatever you want to in there to make it your own voice. And then it's asking us which page we'd like to share it to. In her case, she only has one business profile, so that's Gale Upchurch, Suffolk, Portsmouth, Chesapeake Houses for Sale. We click that button and hit share on Facebook, and within the next 10 minutes, that article will post on Facebook, and that is it. That's really that easy to go in and choose content and push out and post. And you don't have to do all the content creation throughout the internet, and it's completely branded to you when it goes out. So that is the social media resource on BHHS Resource. I'm happy to take any questions anyone might have. Does anybody have any questions about social media resource, the light version, full version, any kind of posting, anything like that? Just raise your hand. You can unmute anything. No questions today. Well, I thank you so much for spending your morning with me. I hope you go through and you use social media resource. At least let it post content for you once a week because it is free and it's a really nice program. And if you have any questions on this, you are welcome to contact the BHHS success team up at National. You're welcome to contact the RIS Media helpline, or of course you can send us an email at websupport@bhhstown.com and we'll be happy to help you. Again, thank you so much.